Hi, it's Nienke here. It's my last day in Perth before I travel back, and I thought this is a moment to share with you my major insights that I gathered from my trip down under. I've been 2.5 weeks here in the beautiful country of Australia, and first I was a week in Sydney, then a week in Perth. I've had the incredible honor and pleasure of training CX facilitators at a large international corporate in Sydney. They're going to use the customer experience game as one of their tools to bring customer centricity alive because it's part of their strategy to 2027. I cannot share which organization it is because their event is this week and it's a surprise. I also taped the Great Web Summit on MDM and data governance for Informatica. Worked on the event for Medaya. That's on Thursday, the 21st. I don't know when I'm going to release this video, but try to see that because I think it's amazing about maturity in your feedback. Did a workshop at the Perth Royal Golf Club. Yes, I've been busy. And the reason I went here actually was to visit the Professional Speaker Association event, the Summit of 2024. And the last time I went to this summit was here in Australia, is 2020, when I got my CSP, my Certified Speaking Professional, my title within the world of speakers, which proves that you're a professional. And it's very interesting because I got it in the weekend that COVID broke out. I traveled home in an instant. It was long, but I had to change my plans. And we all know that that year wasn't the best year for speaking. And as I'm working on a new keynote, it's going to be called Get in Touch, about customer-centric leadership. I think it was time to spice up my game again and be inspired by the people here. The community of professional speakers in Australia is booming. It's all energy, so I thought I'll have to go here again. So that's what I did. I planned it already half year ago, and now the last 4 days I've immersed myself into learning, meeting, being inspired by all these speakers. 4 days. So yes, I'm tired. I've done most of sessions. I think 90% of all I followed. We had social gatherings in the evenings, so from drinks, welcome drinks, to a gala dinner, to a CSP function where we had a social gathering with us certified speaking professionals. 2 days of conference learning, 1 day with 18 presenters, so all kinds of different styles, different learnings, and yesterday platform professionals, a whole day just with CSPs. And for me, that was great to learn from all these professionals. So were they intense? Yes. Was it good to do? 100%. Was it worth my effort, my time, my money, my energy? Yes, 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 yes. So, and I thought it's great to share my 4 major learnings with you. First of all, the first learning I have for you is that you have to aim high when meeting your peers. And what do I mean with that? What I hear a lot also for CX professionals, and I sometimes go to these events, but it is so important to stay up to speed. What is new? Where can you be challenged? Where can you be inspired? I'm part of 2 peer groups. Well, the Professional Speaker Association in the Netherlands. I'm also a member of VSAI, the Virtual Speaker Association. But my peers that are, nailing it and that are doing an incredible job are in Australia and in America. And also I know other countries, but these peer groups, their events are just the best. So I think this is for me the place to go if I want to aim high. As I just said, I'm working on a new keynote, and I think it's the best place to be, to get that muscle up and be inspired and plan and learn from the best. So also for CX perspective, we are, of course, many of the CX professionals member of the CXPA, the Customer Experience Professional Association. Maybe you are part of another group, but I think it's important that you aim high. Find those people that inspire you, where you want to be amongst, gather up with them. and go there. I know, for example, that in May there is the CX Leaders Advanced in Denver, where a lot of global CX leaders will be, many CCXPs. If you want to aim high and learn, go there. It is the place to be. So aim high, and maybe it's not for this year, but go for next year. Be welcome at our CX events from the CXPA in the Netherlands. Go to the CCXP events. This is where you want to be and where you get inspired, where you be challenged, where you be learning, where your group people are. Second one. And this, we all know, AI is here and it's going to change a lot. And it needs even more of our attention. AI needs more of our CX leadership attention. Why? Not just because the tools are there to make our life easier. I've learned, I think, about 10 tools that I can use to make my entrepreneurial and CX life easier. I'm already using a couple of tools, and of course, if you don't have ChatGPT, and especially the professional edition, invest in it. Yeah, it costs you, I think, $20 a month, but you get a lot out of it. But there are so many other tools out there. For example, I used Cast Magic, Magic Bookifier. I've got a couple of those tools that really help. But it's making your life easier, doing the dumb and getting some extra work. But also from a CX perspective, in our organizations, using in contact centers and using in journey optimization. But how about what our customers, how are they searching us later? I learned so much on AI and marketing. How will our organization be found later when maybe not Google and YouTube are the search engine, but ChatGPT becomes a search engine? Do we come up? Do we have the right content out there where we'll be found by large language models? And I think it's important. I'm going to change my marketing. I'm going to build up gradually to be found later as the CX educator and speaker in the blue dress. I need to work on that. I'm honest. I was like, whoa, major insight. Okay, learning number 3. I have to look. It sounds so open, but it is be you, be authentic. It's so important that we bring ourselves as humans to what we do, whether you're a speaker or whether you're a CX leader. And especially, I've seen incredible speakers, Julie Cross, who's the Sparkle lady, and she has all energy and she shares her personal story and gets people to tears. And a lot of people have told her off. Even a client told her, "You're too much for us." And she says, "It's okay, because then I'm not yours." Sam Silverstein, a speaker from a Hall of Fame speaker from America, he's talking about accountability, and he uses his stories of his daughter. Like, what do we have to do? What are we accountable? Who are we accountable for? And in the end, it's us, but also the people that we are. And he inspired me with that. For me, Tim Gard. He has so much humor. He has an incredible story of the sweaty guy in the middle seat, and his humor and his authenticity in creativity is amazing. I liked Gihan Pereira from Sri Lanka, now living here in Australia. But his humor and what he told, he's from Sri Lanka, and he says, "I'm the tallest in Sri Lanka, but when I was standing next to him, I'm really tall compared to him, but I won't forget him." And why do I share this with you? Because we need to bring us, for example, in our CX story. I've been talking a lot about the CX story lately, and I think it's one of these deliverables that we as customer experience need to have. It's a personal story, the sense of urgency. Why do we need to become customer centric? Where are we going? The CX strategy, how are we going forward? And then a call to action. And that personal element, it needs to be you. What makes you authentic? And yes, what makes me authentic? I wear these blue dresses, and it might be weird, but it is memorable. Besides, I'm the expert, a global expert in customer experience leadership. I help leaders become better leaders. I help spice up leadership. A little bit of red of the pepper and the blue of the dress. And I think that is important, and I have to bring that out. I have this, I'm maybe a little bit loud, I'm maybe a little bit direct, but the customers that work with me, they like it. And that authenticity is important. Be you. Yeah, it's a longer video, but you're getting my nuggets. I flew all the way here from Australia, and I'm sharing this with you. And then the fourth, it's proven again how important it is. Always mix business with pleasure. It's so important to build up the relationship with the people around you and to not just only be functional. Yes, of course, you meet all the people here, but I've been to a rugby match in Sydney. I went to Pilates. I'd never been on a reformer. It looked like a torture thing, but to all the people that do Pilates, I'm majorly impressed. And here in Perth, the day I went earlier, and I went to Rottnest Island. It's an island like an hour and a half from Perth Self. You go with a ferry. And we went with a whole group of speaker friends, and we had so much fun. And we did a seafood cruise with wine. I drank a glass of rosé in the Indian Ocean. We caught lobster, and we laughed. And it bonded. It gave me joy. It sparked joy. And I made new relations. And I think we need to do more of that. Do what makes you happy. And that can be a Pilates lesson in the morning or workout, but always mix business with pleasure. And that's where I leave you with my 4 major insights. If you want to know more, well, reach out to me, because I've got my whole binder full. I've got, I think, 10 pages, or I'm going to go to the airport later and I'm going to write out what my major, what I'm going to put into action. Know that changing my marketing approach to the AI perspective I've got is a major one. And I'm going to reach out to many more of you. I think I can even be more relational. So thank you for watching this. It's a longer video, but hey, I was here 2.5 weeks and I put that into an 11, well, almost 12-minute video. Thank you for watching. And I'm curious if one of those maybe you could do a little bit with. Please share in the comments, like the video, and I hope we're going to meet later this year. And sending hi from Perth.